Hey fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today it is this palazzo trouser, fitted palazzo trouser. Now the details in this trouser is the upper part of this dress is fitted, the down part is wide. All right, it has two side pockets, a zip at the back. It has a back zip. All right, and the band is a fitted band, not elastic band. All right, so this is the trouser we will be cutting and sewing in this video. If it is what you're interested in, guys, remember to subscribe to the channel. If you have any question, let me know on the comment section. Now this is the fabric I will be cutting with, using to cut this. Okay, so for the measurement, this is the measurement. The waist is 38. It's a high waist trouser anyway. The hip is 48. The trouser length is 42. She said she doesn't wear heel and she does not want the trouser on the floor, So the band is 1.5, and the sitting, how to get your sitting or your crotch for your trouser is your hip measurement divided by 4. Whatever it gives you is what you use. Now, if you be using a band, minus the band from the division, that will give you your sitting. Okay, so I've done the calculation and I have 11 as sitting. My laps is 29. The laps, okay, is the laps you divide by 2. That is the highest measurement. Now the waist and hip is divided by 4. All right, but the laps is divided by 2. Now you're not doing any plus. There's no plus. All right, you just use the calculation and cut. Now this is the pattern. In order for you to see what I'm cutting very well, I've had so many people ask me question about trouser, how to cut trouser palazzo. So I decided to do this on the pattern paper for clarity. Okay, now the first thing I did is mark half inches. This is half inches. This pattern paper is not folded into 2. I just placed it. It is not folded into 2, and I marked half inches. Once that is done, I'll place my tape. Okay, mark out the necessary lines, starting with the sitting. We have already done the calculation and it gave me 11, so I'm marking 11. The next thing is my hip line, which is 9. Okay, the next thing is the knee, which is 26. I will indicate them out, then get the rule and connect them. Okay, I did not fold this pattern paper, I just placed it. I marked that half inches is for me to see space to cut when it's time to cut. All right, now I haven't gotten my hip, my laps. Here is the H, which is the hip, and here is the sitting, okay, which is where I'll mark my laps. Okay, and here is the W, which is the waist. I'll come at the sitting I will mark the laps. The laps is always the biggest measurement when it comes to calculation of trouser. Then the same thing, now I'll come on the hip and mark hip. The same hip I marked, I connected it straight down. Then I'll come, the same hip, I'll mark it on the waist too. Connect it straight. Now, after marking your laps, what next do you mark? Your hip measurement. Now, right at the waist, you start your measurement from where the hip measurement stopped. You can see what I did. You curve. See how I did my hand? You curve this part, connect it to the hip. Okay, the next thing we need to do is divide our laps into 2. I usually love this, getting the center of my trouser. It is very important, especially when you're going for a pencil trouser. All right, it's very good. Okay, so I've gotten the center. I'll come down here, measure the laps. Okay, that 14.5. I will equally measure the center. Then I'll connect. Okay, hope you're seeing my connection. Now I've connected it. It's not too clear. Let me connect it again for it to be clear. So this is it. I connected the sitting to the end of the pattern paper. This part, the length of this pattern paper is 39. It's not up to my 42. When cutting it on the fabric, I will increase the length. Now the in part that needs is this center. Divide that down by 2, get the center, connect it straight. This center connection is very important, especially when cutting trouser. All right, now this is how it looks. This is what we have done so far. If you're still watching this, remember to subscribe to the channel, guys, so when next I post how to cut amazing styles, you will be notified. Okay, so this is it. All right, now this particular connection is very important. You see how I'm connecting it? It's very important you connect this particular connection. All right, because of the slash and spread pattern. This trouser we are making in this video, the down part is wide. All right, the down part is not palazzo that from the it's not elastic type that from the hip it will be free through. No, the hip part of this trouser is fitted. The down part of this trouser is wide. Okay, so I'm going ahead to cut. All right, the part that is not needed, all these, take them out. All right, let me get something and hold this down. Now I will be cutting out the part that is not needed. Okay, the flap. Good. Now this is how our trouser is. Right now it is palazzo, but we are dealing with trouser that has wide leg. The down part here is wide. Now this center, I will be cutting it through. I will be opening it up because we are using slash method to get the flay we want. Now this particular trouser is not that flay, but there are some that are wider than this one on the screen. Okay, so yours can be wider. It depends on the spraying you did. Now this cutting I did now is for me to be able to move this slashed legs easily. If I didn't do that, I will not be able to move it, spread it well to get the wideness we need. Now remember the pattern is 14.5, that is the laps. Now I folded this pattern, this fabric I folded about 20. Okay, now what do you fold? What you fold is determined by how wide you want your leg, the wideness of your trouser, the palazzo to be, if it is the fella part, how you want it. Okay, that is what determines what to fold. Now if you watch hers, is not too wide, but that is a wide leg, but it's not too wide. Okay, so that is what we're putting into consideration. You can see how I opened it without slashing this part. My hand is here. I cannot spread this trouser this way. It will be difficult to spread it. Okay, but what we'll do now is pin. All right, now we'll measure and get the center of the trouser itself. This is the center of the trouser. So when next you're placing it this way, okay, now if the distance of your spread is about 2 inches from the center, fine. 3 inches, 4 inches, it is very much okay. Now this is our center. Okay, I will spread it to this part. The part that needs stretching or spreading, sorry, is the down part, not the waist part. First, let's get the full length of the trouser, of this trouser. We need the full length, the length that we need. All right, now you can see I've increased the length to 42. All right, haven't gotten my length. What I'll do is, bring it back this way. This is the spreading we're talking about. Now you can spread it more. You can spread it more. All right, but it's very important you cut it the way I cut it, so you'll be able to spread more. You can actually cut a pencil trouser and decide to do it this way. It mustn't be palazzo. Get me? It mustn't be palazzo you'll be using for this. It can be any kind of trouser. It can be penciled. It can be straight. Okay, so you go ahead and cut. Now, if you watch, this hip where I'm cutting now is the same. No wideness, just only the down that has that wideness. All right, so I've gone ahead to cut this part too. Now, how many yards of fabric am I using? This is 3 yards of Ankara that she brought. It is 3 yards of Ankara. So let's cut it. Let's see if it will be enough for this trouser. But to me, I think it will be enough because I didn't spread it too much. You can see how wide the down part is. It is obviously showing wideness. Obviously, like you do not need to doubt it. All right, so this is the first one, which is the front. All right, the next thing I'll do right now is, fold it again. All right, this time around I will be folding more than 20. I'll be folding about 23, because the back of your trouser, the front, when cutting it, there is no sewing allowance, nothing. But the back, there is always a 2 inches sewing allowance minimum. Okay, so that is why you fold more. Now if you watch here, you see the space I gave to it. Here, space, you see where my hand is, space, and equally by the side here too, space. These are the two crucial parts in the back of your trouser. The waist part needs to be higher here, all right, and the side, all right. Now the first thing you do is, you can see how I place my tape, 2 inches. That is our sewing allowance and that allowance. There will be that on this dress, on this trouser at the back. Then you slant it the way I just slanted it. This is the flap, 2 inches too. Now this, where my hand is, that is the side all your allowances goes to, not the other side. The side that have the flap, the curving, that is the part that needs allowance. That is where you add your 2 inches. You can see how I'm adding 2 inches all through, connecting it down to the end of the trouser. The difference between your back and front is here that I'm cutting. One, you can see it is higher than the normal waist. Here that I'm cutting right now is the same. You don't add anything there. You cut accurately. All this side, you can see accurately. Now where we need allowance is here that I'm cutting now. You can see there is difference between the two, about 2 inches. Now you can go up to 2.5, up to 3 at most for this side. Now the front trouser and back trouser are never the same in width. They are the same in length, but never the same in width. So this is it. All these allowances on the back, that is the sewing allowance, that allowance goes to the back alone. So this is it. You can see the cutting that I've done. Now the next thing is to sew. You will be sewing here that I just showed you. You equally sew here. Now because the zip will be at the back, this back right now, and we need to consider the zip allowance first before sewing. So from here, we'll sew. Here is zip. We'll stop here. Sew. All right. This is where we'll stop. Other part is space for the zip. Now, the next thing we need to look at is the pocket. Now you can see that I've sewn it. I joined the front. Okay, I remember that I've not cut the pocket and there is pocket on this trouser. So this is about 9, okay, by 13. The thing is, I will be adding more to it. This is not enough, but because it's a 3 yards, I have to manage the fabric because we need to sew the band too. All right, so I will be doing some patching on it. Now the length of your pocket varies. It can be 7, it can be 8. I'm going for 7. Your pocket can be slanted, it can equally be curved. So I want it curved a little bit. Then you cut. This is my pocket. Okay, so the next thing is to sew it. We have to open here up. Now you can see it is too small. I'll have to be adding some pieces, but this is how I'll place it and sew, then top stitch it. Okay, now I've sewn it. This is the first one I sewed. You can see the pocket here. All right, this part I've not sewn it, but see the joining I made. You see the joining I made, to make it wider and more suitable. Then the first thing I did is sew and top stitch. So whenever you're sewing pocket trouser, make sure you top stitch. It helps in relaxing. So I did the top stitching, placing it already. It is relaxed already. So it is very important to top stitch this curved part. Now the way I placed it is how you place it. Okay. Remember here. All right. Here needs to be the same. All right. Here needs to be the same. All right. Here too. Then you sew. Now this is where you sew again. Here, take the trouser up the way it is, you sew straight. If not, there will be opening. All right, whatever you put there will fall off and you will not know. So you seal it up. Now after that, the next thing is you open. This is the front. I've sewn here, sorry, the back. So the front is ready. What we need right now is shaping. Okay, it is shaping. So we'll open it up this way, place the black. All right, we'll place it and sew. Now this is the back. You can see where the part that is open because of zip. You place the back this way, place the front this way. You start from here to sew the side seam down. All right, the same, you sew down this way, half inches. The same with the other part. You sew here. Okay, you turn the other part to the other side of the leg of the trouser and join the trouser. All right, so after joining the sides, you equally join the other side. When doing that, make sure your pocket is well placed. If it is disturbing, take pin and hold it down properly. All right, now this, I've joined it and this is how it looks. You can see it is flayed already. So guys, if you're still watching, if you have any question, let me know in the comment section. So this is it. Okay, I will be attaching band, and that will be on the back of this trouser. What is left is just, you can see how wide it is. You can see how wide. This is the effect we are looking for. What is left here is the waistband and that, and our trouser is ready. So guys, if you have not subscribed, remember to subscribe. Okay, so this is how it looks. This is how it looks. Okay, you can make it more wider if you choose to. You can make it more wider. So this is it. This is the pocket. Okay, this is the pocket. The other side too has the pocket. If you're still watching, remember to subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section if you'll be trying this or you'll be sewing this palazzo. Let me know in the comment section. So I'll just put it a waist dart at the back, and we are good to go. Okay, band and zip tie is remaining, and our dress is ready. This is the pocket. So guys, see you guys on my next video.